When Sami stepped through the portal, it felt as though he'd ventured into an entirely different world, a world ruled by chaos. The sky was covered with swirling black clouds and red lightning, and the ground was filled with cracks spewing tongues of fire. The air was heavy, each breath weighing heavily on his chest. "This is the world of chaos," Sami murmured, staring at the daunting scene before him. Accompanying him were the flying creature and the crystal tiger, but they seemed more anxious than usual. The bird spoke, "We must be cautious. The lords of chaos are incredibly strong, and this is their domain." As they advanced through the dark land, a group of strange beings suddenly appeared before them. These creatures were massive, resembling a mix of monsters and humans. Their eyes glowed red, and they bore aggressive marks. "Who are you to dare enter our world?" one of them shouted in a thunderous voice. Sami took a step forward and spoke courageously. "I have come to stop the lords of chaos and restore balance to the worlds." They burst out laughing and said, "Stop us? You're just a child. But since you dare to come, we shall test your strength." The battle began. The creatures attacked Sami and his companions with tremendous physical power. Sami used his energy to form shields of light, but he felt they weren't as effective as they were in his realm. "My energy here isn't as strong," Sami said, dodging a powerful blow. "You must adapt, Sami," the crystal tiger shouted, leaping to protect Sami from a surprise attack. As time went on, Sami began noticing weaknesses in the creature's movements. He capitalized on this and managed to defeat them one by one. After the battle, a small portal appeared before them, inviting them to enter. When they entered the portal, they found themselves in a long, dark corridor, lit only by blue flames dancing on the walls. The bird said, "We are nearing the center of power. I can feel it." But suddenly, the ground beneath them flipped, and they fell into a massive pit. They found themselves in a giant cage made of black energy. Finally, our new guests. Before them appeared one of the lords of chaos, towering above anything they had seen. The lord had black wings and eyes glowing with a purple hue. He held a long staff that glowed with a mysterious energy. "Are you the one trying to restore balance? What a joke. Balance is just an illusion," Sami said angrily. "You know well that chaos cannot rule the worlds." The lord laughed and said, "You're brave, but bravery alone is not enough. You won't be able to defeat us, for chaos is the origin, and all returns to it." While the lord spoke, Sami began to feel a faint pulse within him. He realized the power he gained from the blue stone was still with him. The crystal tiger whispered, "Sami, remember, chaos feeds on fear. If you control your fear, you will find your way out." Sami closed his eyes and began to breathe deeply, trying to calm his mind. Suddenly, the cage started to crack, and his body glowed with a strong blue light. "Impossible!" the lord cried as the cage exploded entirely. Sami attacked the lord directly, using his energy in a new way. He sent out waves of light that interacted with the surrounding darkness, destroying it bit by bit. But the lord resisted. He used his staff to create a vortex of darkness, attempting to swallow Sami and his companions. At that moment, Sami felt something strange. The blue stone, now a part of him, began to release energies he had never felt before. He transformed into a new form, with luminous wings on his back. His power increased tremendously. "This is impossible!" the lord screamed as he watched Sami's transformation. Sami said, "True power isn't in chaos or control. True power lies in balance and in protecting everyone." Sami charged at the lord, utilizing his new energy. The battle was epic, lasting for hours, with each strike shaking the entire place. In the end, Sami defeated the lord, but before disappearing, the lord said, "You have defeated me, but you won't defeat them all. The lords of chaos are stronger than you can imagine." After the battle, Sami and his companions found themselves before a giant gate. This gate was unlike any they had seen before. It glowed with both black and blue energy, as if representing the confluence of light and darkness. The bird said, "This is the final place. Here lies the supreme Lord of Chaos." Sami looked at his friends and said, "We've reached the end. There's no turning back now." Will Sami be able to face the Supreme Lord and stop the chaos for good? And will his new powers suffice against the greatest challenge? Stay tuned for the next part.